Hello, Don Johnson here with Protective Tactics. I remember our family getting big blocks of government cheese when I was in middle school. It was a financial crisis of the 1970s, and my dad got laid off from U.S. Steel. While my dad was laid off from the mill, he worked full-time for a vending company, but at less than half the pay that we were accustomed to. Our family could barely pay the bills. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, the USDA, defines food insecurity as a lack of consistent access to enough food for an active, healthy life. We've all seen the commercials asking for donations to help children in third world countries where hunger and starvation is common. What some don't realize is that here in the US, the richest country on earth, hunger and food insecurity is a real thing for millions of families today. Families today don't get free blocks of government cheese like we did when I was a kid. Only eligible seniors over the age of 60 get monthly free cheese. But today, government programs like SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which used to be called food stamps, offers some help to families in need of food assistance. Many families, some who get SNAP but don't get enough, and other families who don't qualify for SNAP, rely on national and local food banks for help. How many experience food insecurity? Well, prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, approximately 38 million people in the US relied on SNAP. Since the beginning of COVID in 1920, one study at Northwestern University estimated that the number of families with food insecurity has more than doubled. Now, thanks to rent and mortgage moratoriums, foreclosure moratoriums, many people have been spared of the decision of between food and shelter. With no risk of being evicted, people with at least some income, whether from unemployment or work, can choose food. But at some point, the shelter moratoriums are going to have to be lifted, and families aren't going to be able to live somewhere for free. Then what happens? Well, remember from my Survival Rules of 3 video that a person can only survive 3 weeks without food. But depending on weather, you could survive as little as 3 hours without shelter. Before COVID, there were already an estimated 500,000 homeless people in the US on any given night. When millions of families start paying for housing again, will they be able to afford food too? Since COVID began, 36.5 million people have applied for unemployment in the US, and food insecurity has dramatically increased. While unemployment has surged, unemployment benefits have been enhanced and extended, but for those receiving unemployment benefits, at least here in Indiana, many families who receive unemployment no longer qualify for government food assistance. At the beginning of the pandemic, when restaurants were mostly closed and the normal supply chain for food was disrupted, people panicked. There were empty shelves in the grocery store for weeks. For the tens of millions of kids who got free breakfast and lunch at school, when the schools closed due to COVID, communities scrambled to get food to families with kids. And history is certainly full of other times when food shortages existed. Today, the shelves have full shelves again, but millions of families still don't have enough money to buy food from the stores. Families around the country wait at long lines for food banks, trying to get enough food for their family. There's even chatter that the global reactions to COVID have created an opportunity for a global reset. Now, those in power in many countries favor a global reset. I don't know too many details yet, but I'm concerned. Trump told the United Nations that the U.S. was not in favor of a worldwide governance, but Trump is no longer in office. I've heard just a couple of the key comments concerning the global reset, like, you'll own nothing and be happy. And there'll be enough plant-based food to those who've been vaccinated to feed most people. I don't know about you, but those comments are very concerning to me. Perhaps it's because I'm blessed and I'm not completely broke. But I'm not in favor of giving up everything I own because some people believe it'll be for the good of all others. I'm all for equality of opportunity. I'm not at all in favor of equality of all. I've met a lot of lazy, irresponsible, and even stupid people. How about you? Do you think those of us willing to pursue education, work hard, and serve others should have to share equally with those who don't? Sorry, I'm getting off topic. I'm just saying, I don't believe that a global reset is a solution to food insecurity in the US or around the world. The entire concept concerns me. All right, back on topic. Many experts warn of an upcoming global food crisis. But remember, for millions of families in the US, they're already experiencing a food crisis. Everybody knows that food is essential to our survival. Yet most people don't plan and store enough food to get through a food storage. And why not? Animals are smart enough to store food for the winter. Why aren't people? Well, most people take for granted that their family will always have food available until it's not. Whether it's a winter storm that threatens to keep everyone inside for a few days, or disruption of the food supply chain, like the one that happened at the onset of COVID, or a financial challenge that limits funds to buy food, a time of war, famine, a global reset, or a global food crisis. What is your plan to feed your family? Join me for tomorrow's video when I provide the protective tactics that our family have implemented and what we recommend to our Protective Tactics Lifetime members. Well, thanks for walking with me to learn more protective tactics to save your life and save your family in every way. Please use the comments to ask questions and share your thoughts. Please like and subscribe and toggle notifications all. And we'll hope to see you again soon. Remember, sooner is safer. Stay safe. Make it a great day. Bye for now.